Welcome, dear Potterheads. Welcome to Fortuna Major channel, Witches and Wizards. Let's see which character from the Harry Potter universe you are. For that, I will use my Harry Potter tarot deck, and I selected just those cards from the deck that have an actual Harry Potter characters. Okay? Either those that we've seen in the movies or those that we just heard from the books. Okay. Okay, so this half deck contains 24 characters, and I will lay them out in front of me, and then you will have to choose a card. Okay, so let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Okay? Pick a card, whichever feels the most right to you. Use the very clean energy, focus. And I'll open all my cards in a minute, okay? Again, so there's 3 rows of Harry Potter characters. Pick one to see which character you are or speaks to you the most. Okay, well, let's begin. Let me open them all up. That was card number 1. Lupin and Tonks and little Teddy. Okay, so Lupin is a very analytical character that goes through a lot of suffering, but is still very positive on his view of life. Is a very good friend and a very good, genuine person who values the friendships and is always there to support whenever you need him. Tonks is a very unique character. She is very creative. She is very unusual. She challenges all the norms and she lives by her heart, right? And of course, little Teddy. Well, one of them is definitely you. 2. Harry Potter. Okay, so you're definitely a conqueror of destiny. Even if you don't have the most amount of skills, you can always figure out the way forward, and you can always find an inspiration in those that are around you. You love to help others, and you have a very kind heart to share. People see you as an inspiration, and you give them strength to move forward. And you, of course, are the true master of death. 3. Draco Malfoy. Draco Malfoy. Well, Malfoy is a very interesting character as well. He was brought up in a very strict family, very strict views, but nevertheless, he kept to his ways. He values aesthetics, he values the class, and he leads others, right? So I feel like this is a very good characteristics for somebody who doesn't hesitate to take on responsibility, who is very much the leader of the situation, who knows best, and who has the guts and the internal strength to do things that he needs to or she needs to do. Okay, it's card number 3. Card number 4, Neville Longbottom. Neville is a very kind person that will do everything in his power to bring justice. A person whose moral compass is in the right place, and also very he gives me a very cozy feeling of home, right? Neville is also very good in herbology, so maybe you have a green thumb, or you generally can create something out of nothing, like you have a vision to bring something new in life. He also has a very strong character in his own ways. He's not afraid. He's fearless. He's a true Gryffindor. Okay. 5. Emperor James Potter. All right. James is a very noticeable person. He likes attention. He likes to be a leader. He's also very strong. And he has a very good skill set about him, right? He loves to learn. He's very advanced in his magic with his friends. He can achieve anything that he wants if he has his mind towards that, right? Also, he does have a very kind characteristics about him, especially into his later years. He knows how to love, and he knows how to be that person that's needed the most by his friends and loved ones. Okay, so now it's number 6. Lily. Lily Potter. Okay. Well, she's truly the empress, right? She's the picture of the motherhood. She's the home that you maybe never felt. She's the home that you always want to come back to. I feel like she made a huge impact to Harry Potter universe. Her love for Harry, even her undying love, right? Even though she's in a different realm, she's not there anymore. You could feel it throughout the movies. Her protection to Harry, the blood that she gave him, how she sacrificed herself for him, right? It's a very motherly figure, right? Figure that will do anything they can for those that matter, even for those that they don't know so well. They have the moral compass in the right place as well. They can definitely see where injustice have been done and stand up for those that being abused. And also the figure that attracts even the worst sometimes, like Snape, right? She was the reason he was the better person, right? So you give people that motivation to become even better. Okay. 7. Colin Creevey. Well, even though we haven't seen a lot of development of the character throughout the books or the movies, Colin is very a person that approaches everything in a very light-headed way. He's curious, right? He wants to learn. He's excited by everything. He's not afraid to come to somebody older than him and ask for a picture, ask for advice. And even raising their hand to participate in secret Dumbledore army, right? He's there to learn. He's open to everything. He observes everything like a sponge. He's also very brave. Colin was one of the students that escaped during the Battle of Hogwarts from the crowds of the kids. I think it was below 17. Everybody was encouraged to go home, but he escaped and he stayed with the adults to fight Voldemort and his army, right? So even though he might not seem as a strong figure, he is very much brave, very brave. 8. Lucius Malfoy. Lucius Malfoy, you can see here Azkaban prison, right? Lucius is a very proud figure. He respects his origins. He values traditional approach to life. He values a certain set of laws that are governing the place. He values the tradition and historic values as well, right? He enjoys the class as much as Draco, even more. And he has a very refined taste of him, right? In his clothing and in his manner. He's very well brought up. and he speaks with a certain level of integrity about him, even though he's more of a negative character in Harry Potter universe. Okay. Number 9. High Priestess, of course, Minerva McGonagall. You tend to maybe be a little bit bookish, but in a way that your mind works in genius ways. You have ability in you to learn a lot and to learn fast. You're a fast learner, and you have a certain talent about you, right? Some things that may be perceived very hard by others, you can do them with ease and a certain class and elegance about you. Also, you are very much just, right? So you have a very strong feeling and motivation of justice. You will never have favorites, but you'll try to treat everybody as equally as possible, and you'll have a certain strictness in you that will be motivational to others to take on and grow with that. You're a very good teacher. You have that ability to train others to for them to become even stronger, better wizards. And overall, you have that sense of leadership about you as well. You're very stable, you're conservative, but you're open-minded at the same time. 10. Weasley brothers, Fred and George, George and Fred. Which one is which? You have undying sense of mischief about you. You are open to anything, any kind of opportunity. You want to seize it, you want to run with it. You have very unconventional approach to a lot of problems or overall in life. You see outside of the box. You only see outside of the box. You want to be different, and you want to enjoy that with others, right? So you very much a people's person. You want to be in the middle of the crowd. You want to lead. You want to be that head mischief of the class, of the room or of your workspace. You are a joker, right? You love a very great sense of humor, and you never stop learning as well, but in your own way, in a way that you decided for yourself. You don't need others to tell you how to do things. You want to learn them for yourself. Mischief matched. 11. Ravenna Ravenclaw, one of the founders of Hogwarts. All right, Ravenna, what we know about her, right? She was extremely intelligent. She had a diadem that Voldemort, in a long term, in his years, made into the Horcrux. But the diadem that made anybody who heard it extra smart, intelligent, right? And her house in general stands for intelligence and wit, right? And also a certain cool intellect, right? You're very analytical. You're very much, you inspire others with your intellect, with your vision of things. You question everything. You learn about everything. You have a very much curious mind, and the ability to lead others and to create something big out of it, right? Like Hogwarts, School of Witches and Wizardry. Okay, 12. Salazar Slytherin. Okay, Salazar Slytherin. So very, very, very strong character. Well, Salazar, what we know about him was a maniac of a pure blood, right? His main focus was to bring witches and wizards of the magical origins into school and teach them how to perform magic. All 4 founders of school were very gifted magicians, right? Those were no regular witch or wizard. They were geniuses of their time who were able to put together such a beautiful school of magic. The Salazar Slytherin could talk to snakes, right? That was one of his very bright abilities that was passed on to his descendant, Lord Voldemort, or Tom Riddle. And So maybe you have a certain ability to communicate with animals. You might be a very proud person that has a very much cutthroat mentality on how the world should operate and how laws should be governed. You challenge everything and you don't settle for status quo or what has been set in place already, right? You want to tear it apart and put everything as you see fit. And of course, you're very gifted. Okay, so it was 9, 12, 13. Ronald Weasley. Well, Ronald, without you, where would Harry be, right? Ron is, even though he might not have the most skills about him in terms of magic, he can, of course, perform. But I think his biggest strength is that undying feeling of optimism and being able to push through, even if the nerves get on the way, even if he has his ups and downs, he can still stand up, come back, return, move on, come out stronger, and be there for Harry always and for his family, and always support them as much as possible. Ronald is also very brave, right? He was never afraid to follow Harry and support him in his numerous fights of Voldemort throughout his years at Hogwarts. And the only very sure person, very brave person, very person that also knows what love is deep inside could have done that, right? Ron is an inspiration to others as well on how to be that one kid out of many and also be a friend to the most famous wizard of his time, one of them, and still have his unique personality about him and not let it consume him. Okay. 14. Dumbledore, Albus Dumbledore. Well, I would say Albus is probably the number one wizard of all times, of the wizards that we know about, right? He outsmarted Voldemort. He defeated Grindelwald in his time, right? When he won this legendary battle. This person is 100% leader, is leader that is able to make masses follow him. A leader who can build a certain plan and make others to follow it without even knowing that they're following through his plan. Like, he was such a genius person, somewhat detached at times, somewhat secretive, and he liked to be that dark cardinal, right? Like, he liked others to act on his behalf where his involvement will not be easily spotted, right? And by doing so, getting things done and making sure that the evil is eliminated and everybody is protected, and, you know, giving that confidence to others to exercise their best judgment and best ability. Dumbledore had outstanding skills, talents, right? He was exceptionally gifted wizard and very unique, with very unique personality, right? Person that can create worlds from his mind, right? And almost, you know, connect to your universe in a higher level, higher way. So, well done. So, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Lord Voldemort, right? Even though, of course, it's an anti-hero of the story of the Harry Potter, the devil himself, right? Tom Riddle, or Lord Voldemort, was one of the strongest students in School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. He mastered magic. It came to him without any effort. He craved for it. He craved for knowledge. He was very much known to be very dominative, right? He liked to dominate others, create circles, also act in a way as a black cardinal, right? Making others do things for him, executing his darker plans. He was exceptionally gifted in his way, even though, of course, he always missed the importance of love and friendship and what made this world worth living. But nevertheless, a leader, even though a dark leader, and a leader that can inspire others as well, right? Okay. So, 16. Luna. Oh, I love Luna. 16. Luna had a certain magic about her that nobody else had. She could see things that are not open to a regular eye. She had her mind 100% open to everything, every kind of knowledge in the world. She was very much curious. She was very much Ravenclaw, very intelligent, very unusual, unconventional, creative, and person with a big heart, right? Person that can see huge value in friendship, sees a huge value in being in a group, being with others, supporting her friends, fighting unjust. And I think she was probably one of the most curious characters in Harry Potter universe. 17. Molly Weasley. Molly, she was very much a motherly figure as well, a person that was also very fearless, even though she spent a lot of time in her home, making sure it's heartfelt, making sure it's cozy. And, every single of her kids and her husband are taken care of. At the same time, she was the one who finished Bellatrix. She was the one who you would be afraid of if she was in her most fearless state. She had a certain strength about her, the strength of the mother, strength of the person, of the woman that was never hesitated to see what the right from wrong, right? Person that puts their life to take care of others and does her best to make the best circumstances with means that are available to her, right? Every time I see Molly, I'm sitting in a burrow and watching the clock with the Weasley members and see her cutting potatoes with magic, right? And of course, her and Arthur, right? Like that family bond that they had, very magical, very much a home away from home as well as Hogwarts. So that was 17. So 18. Professor Umbridge, Dolores Umbridge. Even though it can be hard to see what's good about Umbridge with her being so cruel to Harry and in general, it's more, she represents a person who is very much attached to that box, right? She likes to think within the box. She likes the rules. She likes the higher authority. She will always follow the higher bid. She praises the pure blood also. But I think the good things about Umbridge is that she is undying. Whatever happened to her, she always came out and she continued and she remained. Even after Herd of Centaurs took her, even after, after a fall of Voldemort, I believe she was also still there. She somehow remained in Ministry, so she was able to crawl her way to the things that she valued or places where she wanted to be. Okay, so next. So it was 17, 18, 19. Ginny Weasley, a future wife of Harry Potter. Ginny, I love Ginny because of her bravery, of her very strong sense of femininity about her. She never really doubted herself, except for a young age, having a crush on Harry. But in her more of teenager years and adult years, she was very much reminding me of Lily, right? She has a huge heart. She's a very strong feminine character. She grew up among the brothers, right? And with saying that, she was not easily hurt, right? She was a very strong woman and a very good friend. and a very great and a very strong backup, right? She was always there. She was very supportive. She would not cry about things. She'll just get things done and keep her head up and keep fighting. Fearless. She was 100% fearless. Okay. And beautiful. Okay. So next one. So 17, 18, 19, 20. 20. Professor Snape, Severus Snape. Well, probably the most fearless, the bravest person of the whole Harry Potter universe is Professor Snape. He was never defeated by Voldemort, right? He never let his mind to be penetrated. With Voldemort being such a skilled in occlumency, Snape never let him into his mind, right? And can you imagine with Voldemort being one of the most powerful wizards as well of their time, a person who was able to be double agent for years, support Harry while putting on a mask of hating Harry, right? Because of the Lily, because of the mother, because he always and forever was in love with Lily. And Snape is such a complex character, right? He is also can be an anti-hero in some situations, but then a hero in others. He has that duality about him. He has that balance, intelligence, skill, elegance, class, right? I've seen a lot of class in Snape, right? He will never let his mouth run, right? He'll always be very preserved. And how he communicates with others, very strong character. Always. Okay, 17, 18, 19, 21. 21, Hagrid. Rubius Hagrid. Our dear gatekeeper of Hogwarts. Groundkeeper of Hogwarts. Hagrid also feels like home, right? Without Hagrid, I don't even know. Like, he was such a good friend to Harry. He was such a kind person, very good with animals, extra kind with animals, right? And very strong, right? Even if he might not be the smartest person in the room, he's definitely the kindest person in the room. He's also very physically strong, right? And he also can follow the lead exceptionally, right? You can 100% trust Hagrid to fall through with something. Hagrid was, like a third or second Hogwarts to Harry, right? Without Hagrid, there's no Hogwarts for Harry, right? He was very fatherly figure in a way to Harry Potter, right? Person that can take care of others, person that can lift others up, create a safe heaven for others, safe space. Okay. 17, 19, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Hermione, dear Hermione, one of the smartest witches of her age, that's for sure, right? Very bright, very knowledgeable, hungry for knowledge, right? Hungry for learning, expanding her mind, exploring, challenging already set rules in place, learning more about things to see what else can be done, thinking outside of the box, being a very inspirational feminist as well figure in the Harry Potter universe, the friend of Harry Potter, fearless to join him in every single adventure of his, fearless to fight in the last battle of Hogwarts and destroying Horcruxes. Hermione, right? Time turner and saving lives, saving Sirius, saving Buckbeak, right? A person who also has a very strong sense of moral compass. Very inspirational. Okay. 17, 18, 21, 22, 23. Okay. Arthur Weasley, right? So a person that thinks in unusual ways, finds beauty in things that for others might seem ordinary, likes to learn about other paths of walks, of other journeys, of other lives, learning how others think and operate, and at the same time being a great father to all his kids, being a great support to Harry, being very brave, being in the Order of Phoenix, being one of the first people that members ever recruited together with Molly. Never hesitated, never even doubted Harry for a second, always was there for him, and always provided the safe space and the getaway to others, for others. Okay, and 24, my favorite. Sirius Black, right? Person of exceptionally bright mind, very brave, likes to live on the edge, likes adventure, likes to be with his friends, likes to create, likes his mischief too, and challenging the norms, likes to be the bravest person in the room. He was the first one who will stand up and fight, right? Not the person to stay in the shadows. A second father to Harry as well, right? Being there for him, providing him with what he had, giving him Firebolt, sharing with Harry, trying to share or compensate for all those years that he was in Azkaban. And even though all his environment, right, his family, his relatives were on the darker side, it never swayed him from his own way and challenging values and challenging morals and challenging norms, right? Severus was very unique and a very inspirational character. I think he was one of my favorite characters, and he felt like he felt very warm, right? To have him introduced to the story, to the Hyper universe, to know about him, of his story, of his motivation and undying energy to keep going, right? Nothing stopped him either. Not Azkaban for many years. Who else could have done it, right? Not being wrongly persecuted by Ministry of Magic or hunted by Death Eaters, Lord Voldemort, being reported by every single person because he was in the news, right? Nothing phased him out. He kept going, and he gave his life to defend Harry, right? This person is a hero. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed your character and your reading. And, may the magic never leave you. And always leave a room for unknown. And may my Patronus lighten your way to the greater future. Mischief managed.